Well, I have a car, so might as well go and do some shooting at the range. Don't have any cartridges for my Ruger Hunter, but I got plenty of ammo for the shotgun. Yeah, these ones, they don't go into magazines because they get stuck because they're too big, right? But these ones work fine, perfect. These ones, so it's 2 3/4, 12 gauge slug. Okay, so I'm gonna load. Usually I did 40 per session, but I prepared 5 mags, so I can load. Each box has 25. And I wanted to show you guys a cool thing. So this Ruger, right? A Ruger Hunter comes with a Magpul mag, because it has a Magpul stock. So this is PMag 5.7, PMag 5 762 AC. So it's the same mag, can work with a 308, or in my case 6.5 Creedmoor. But what's cool about this is that over here somewhere they were saying that it's a readily convertible follower to increase magazine to 6 round capacity. And I'm in Canada, and so there's no magazine limit on manual action firearms like pump action shotguns and bolt action rifles. You can have any magazine you want. If you know, like a shotgun, you can have 20 in the tube, right? So in my case, actually the shotgun goes up to 20 because you can buy mags for 5, 10, 15, 20. But the rifle, actually, one of the reasons I bought this with the only 5 round mag, even though I could have bought like Howa 1500 in the same caliber, 6.5 Creedmoor, came with a 10 round mag. But I was afraid they were having this, new bill in the parliament, right? And they were talking about limiting magazine capacity for semi-auto weapons, But I was afraid, what if I buy this nice gun, $1,000 Canadian, $500 for the scope, and then what if they, classify it as illegal because it can take 10 round mags, like I'm talking about Howa, right? And so I specifically wanted something with a 5 round mag, but now that bill, they threw out, I think it happened yesterday, the parliament threw out that 400-page amendment where they were trying to convert the C-21 handgun ban bill into a semi-auto firearm ban bill, that a big amendment. And so now it's perfectly legal, so go from 5 to 6. And actually I watched a video about this yesterday. So all you do is just you push this to open the bottom, right? And then this thing comes out. And this piece in here, this plastic piece, originally it was probably 5-6 millimeters taller. And it had a special line basically showing you where to cut it, So all you have to do is just take this piece that sticks out and make it shorter to the line, to the indicator. And then you put it back in, just making sure that it's properly aligned. This way, right? No, wait. That goes at the bottom. So this one the tip of the bullet points this way. You just put it in, and this thing just slides. And everything works. So now technically I had 3 mags for the Ruger where I could put 15 rounds, so now I can put 18, right? I think it's good because quite often you shoot when you're testing the rifle, or you look at a group of 3, right? So now when the mag holds 6 shots, so I can do 2 groups of 3, I think, which is perfect. So I did this little surgery yesterday on all 3 mags, and I ordered 200 rounds of 6.5 cm online, so it's coming next week. So next weekend I'm gonna shoot the rifle, but today I'm just getting ready to shoot the shotgun. And this one is a bit tricky to load. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 4 more like this, and we're good to go. Check this out. Tiny baby car, but the chair fits. Let me see if I can close. Perfect. So now all we need is the shotgun and the ammo and my ear protection, eye protection. And we're good to go. So tiny baby car, but still pretty useful for average Joe like me. Police? Well, usually don't see police over here. And now we're just moving a gun from the apartment to the car. Of course, this thing, one cheap thing about this car is that, you know, I'm so used to automatic climate control, right? It's always set. Like in my case, everything is metric, so I go with, you know, plus 20, which is what, let me think, 10 is 18, so 36, 32 and 36, 68, right? So 68F or 70F, it's all preset. As soon as the engine warms up, it automatically creates the temperature inside. Like here you have to deal with this fan speed, and then no, of course, you know, like old school, but it does have AC, right? It does have a charger for the phone. It has defogging of the front and rear, all electric windows, electric mirrors, and even has a telescopic like manual telescopic steering wheel, which is very important for me because, you know, I'm on a taller side, so I cannot drive a car with a I think I had a Chevy, that Chevy truck they gave me last couple of rentals back. It was cool, but it had a fixed position for a steering wheel. Like you cannot tilt it, you cannot push it in or pull it out. Like this one, you know, well, it doesn't pull out, but it moves. There's a lever here. So nice little car, you know, and gets 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which I think is somewhere close to like 28 miles per gallon. Anyway, today is a good day, +3 Celsius, like 35, 36 F. Everything is melting. So tomorrow I'm going to Crown Land, public area, to see if I can get there with this baby car on a trail where it's legal to do some target practice. That's about 100 kilometers away. So tomorrow is going to be a road trip. So if I cannot shoot, at least I'll do a road trip video, and I'm bringing my camera, my big camera, because it's in the mountains, so I might catch some nice scenic views. So if I cannot shoot, I'll be taking pictures, bringing my couple of lenses, one big one also in case I see some wildlife. So we'll see. But today I'm just going to the gun range in downtown Calgary, where I sign up for annual membership, so I can shoot anytime, any day of the week. But they limit the session to 2 hours. 2 hours. And actually, one thing about this whole, actually, I was trying to sell 2 mags, you know, because one thing I found with shotguns, I don't know if you guys know this, but the barrel heats up pretty fast, right? And like, for example, if I shoot 10 rounds, like, you know, like this, the barrel gets hot, and then, you know, like really hot. You cannot hold your hand on the barrel. So I have to wait, because, you know, I don't want to damage the weapon, right? And so these mags might as well just get, you know, one that came with the shotgun, and then maybe a couple of spare, and then while you're waiting for the barrel to cool off, you reload. So you still have to wait, you know. So, but nobody's interested. I was trying to sell 2 of these 10 round mags because I have 5. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I bought 5. No, one came with a 590M, right? So one 10 round mag came in the case, and so I bought 4 10 round mags and one 15 round mag. So now if I load everything, I have readily available 65 rounds of ammo. But then I started thinking about this. Screw this, nobody wants to buy it, because actually they're pretty expensive. Like one 10 round mag here in Canada was 165 Canadian, and then of course you have to pay for shipping, taxes, right? So I was trying to get like 300 Canadian for a pair of 2, but nobody wants to pay that. People are looking probably for like $100 per mag, and that just you know, I'm just losing money. Might as well keep them, because these mags will come in where I see using them a lot is on public land. right? If I go somewhere on a public land where I can shoot non-traditional targets, you know, like watermelons, jugs of pop, you know, stuff like that, some maybe metal gong plates. You know, the weather can be chilly, so you don't want to sit there and reload, like for example in the spring or in the fall. So I think mags are actually pretty handy, right? Like I mentioned before, that's why all armies in the world use mags for their firearms, because mags are convenient. You preload and then you shoot. So anyway, let's just set up our, the car is almost warm. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for, to get some, because it was a bit chilly here. So now we just put in the, and of course there's no signal. Like, oh, by the way, new bit of a news on the cell phone front. I finally decided I got tired of Bell. So first I had Rogers, right? Rogers does not work here very well inside my apartment. So I switched to Bell, and I tried Wi-Fi calling, activated Wi-Fi calling, and still I'm sitting behind my desk. The phone is like this next to me, right? All of a sudden I hear a beep and it says you have a new voice message. What? Like the phone didn't even ring, you know? So people call me, but at least they can leave a message, but it's ridiculous. But so a friend of mine who's in Edmonton, my boss, right? So I talked to him about this, and he says, yeah, TELUS, that's what most locals use here, is TELUS, because TELUS owns their own towers. And turns out Bell, supposedly it's the same coverage, because Bell, they have no towers here, so they rent towers from TELUS. But then I compared the map, I compared coverage maps online, and in this area, this particular northeast Calgary, and TELUS does show more towers available. So, you know, so I think it, because it's a new area, so Bell may be just renting, I don't know, you know, 5 towers out of 10 when 10 is available, where TELUS is, you know, it's native signal. Because Bell is great in the eastern Canada, and Ontario, Quebec, you know, Bell is good. I like Bell. I had Bell many years before, but now I think it's time to, since I'm now in Western Canada, it's time to switch to TELUS. And so I went online yesterday, spent probably like 40 minutes chatting with a customer agent, because I didn't want to, you know, like if you call them, then you have to spell your name, you have to spell your address, your email address, right? And so this way chatting is much easier. That's what I do nowadays when I try to buy something, like in this case, you know, a new cell phone plan. And I said, I just want to switch my number. I want to keep the same number, but I want to switch it to TELUS. And I said, I need to be able, she said, okay, 85 bucks Canadian. And I look at the description, it says, all Canada, free calling inside Canada anywhere. And I was like, wait, what about US? You know, I work from home, I'm a broker, I'm a freight broker. I need to be, sometimes I have to use my cell phone to call US. And she says, oh, then it's $100. So like the next 2 plans over, and then in the description it says Canada and US. So basically I can call from Canada, I can call US, and it's all included for this, you know, $15 extra or whatever, right? So you need to know which plan to take, and then it gives you lots of data, which I don't need nowadays because I don't upload my videos from the road anymore. I do it all at home where I have high-speed, you know, cable internet. And now I have only one phone, right? Whereas before I had Verizon, I had Rogers, and then I had the modem from Bell. So now I don't have that modem anymore. So I just have, for the road, I only have a cell phone, right? Oh, and by the way, and since I'm getting my Hellcat out in the spring, I already checked the what do they call them, long-term forecast, and it looks like, just like I expected, like April 1st, the temperature will start going up and down. Like now it's +3, I need +7 because the car has summer tires, right? But it shows in April, it's possible that, let's say April 2nd, it'll be +8, no, +7, and then April 3rd, it'll be +4. And I figured, hey, I can take the car, like there's no harm, no foul. I'll just park it here, and you know, if it's above, if it's +7 Celsius, I can drive it. If it's not +7, I keep it, right? So for a couple of days, right, till the, and then eventually, I think middle of April over here, that long-term forecast shows that middle of April, the temperature becomes consistent above +7, and again +7 is somewhere 47, 48 F, but that's what these summer tires require. And so middle of April, it'll be consistent, and I can drive every day, you know. But I don't want to have such a nice car sitting there. And why I started talking about the car, because I want to get a GPS tracker, right? And the problem with these GPS trackers is that they have a very limited battery life, except one. The one from Apple, you know, that little baby coin look-alike thing, what is it called, AirTag. That thing, the battery lasts up to 1 year. So I can get a couple of these AirTags, right, and I can hide them inside the car, and I can track my car anywhere if it gets stolen, which with these Hellcats, unfortunately, it's a high probability. That's why before I take it out of the garage, I wanna call that alarm company I found. I wanna install an immobilizer, like a pin code system, where if you don't enter the pin using the buttons on the dash and the steering wheel, like a certain combination of buttons, right? Let's say you push, I don't know, speakerphone, trip, and you know, seek on the dash, like in the radio section there, seek, right? So let's say you push 1, 2, 3, then you can start the car. If you don't push this, you cannot start the car, and you cannot duplicate the fob, the key, which is very important. So I found this company that does these installs, immobilizers. I think that's the best deal. And then of course I'm installing that plate that locks out the access to neutral gear. And then the last step is this. I want to have a GPS tracker, and I don't trust OnStar, because all crooks know about this. All they have to do is just they open up the dash. I think it's somewhere on the left side. They open the dash, they disconnect something, and that OnStar stops working, right? Because everybody knows about that. Yeah, OnStar, okay, you can call them, but what's the point? And so I want to use these AirTags because they're tiny, easy to hide them somewhere, and they last for a year. And I started talking about phones, right? And just bear with me. So there's a method in this madness. So the car now will require these GPS trackers from Apple, right? Unfortunately, these trackers only work with Apple phones. They don't work with Android, right? And this is a very nice phone, Android S21 Ultra 5G. And I have this nice case. I love this. You know, when I'm putting it on the table, let's say I'm eating something, I want to read the news, I want to watch a video, it sits like this, or I can put it like this, using this, you know. And it has a magnetic circle in here, so if I have, you know, one of those holders with a magnet, I can put it on my windshield. It's all part of the case. But because I want these AirPods, and I like Samsung, I like Android better actually, but you know, I used an iPhone for a couple of years, and then I sold it and I kept the Android, but now it's time to get back. So, and when I was doing this phone number switch from Bell to Telus, I said, okay, I want to keep the number, okay, give me this plan where I can call US and Canada unlimited, you know, from Canada. And then if I go to US, they charge you a fee per day. You can still use your number just as if you're back in Canada, which I had before. But it's now, I think it used to be like $5 a day, then 10, now it's like 14 bucks a day, I think. But that phone will work anywhere, even if I like fly to Russia or something, right? They will charge me that fee, but the phone will work. I can call anybody, you know, and there's not going to be any extra charges, which is great. Because I do travel, I still wait to I was checking yesterday. I was checking prices on flights to Costa Rica, to England. They're still pretty high, so I don't know. Costa Rica is like a dream to visit that country for photography, like scenery, landscape, and wildlife photography. But so you need an Apple phone, iPhone, to track those AirTags, right? And so I said, okay, give me what's the latest iPhone? I need the big screen. And she says 6.7. Okay, give me 6.7 inch. I think it's iPhone 14, and she gave me plus. I said, okay, what's the memory? She says 128. I said, okay, can I get 512 gigabytes? She's okay, this one. And so I got this one. So they're gonna charge me a fee per month, and then after 2 years you can give it back, and they give you a credit towards your next phone. So cool. I think you don't want to keep your phones more than 2 years because the technology changes so fast, right? And speaking about cell phone companies, I'm still waiting. Like the wheel is still spinning. There's no signal here. Like, it's actually, if I go back to my apartment, I would be able to punch in the destination and plot the route. But when I'm sitting in the car here in front of the building, I'm guessing this tower is somewhere that way, so the building blocks it. So what I have to do each time, you guys would not believe it, but what I have to do is I have to drive on the road away from the building, and then like when I turn over there, and then I turn on the main road, and I have to stop, and that's when I finally see the signal. But without the signal, of course I know where I'm going. I've been here, what, 3 months now? But I still like using, maps, Google Maps on the phone. All right. Well, I think it's all warm now. Oh, everything warmed up. So now all I have to do is just get my cell phone working. Here it's about 15-20 minutes to central Calgary, and then the range is right there. And these guys use some very interesting technology, all based on containers, right? So they bought a system, kind of like a pre-made range. I forgot the name of the company, but there's a company, I think it's American. They sell these kind of like a gun range. So all you have to do, you have to get a property where they can install these, and they bring you fully isolated sea containers with the entire system. There's cameras everywhere, right? And it works pretty well. And it's right inside, kind of like an office building. I'm just wondering how they get the containers inside, but probably when they were building the building, I don't know, because they're pretty wide, right? I remember when I was in California a long time ago, my first visit to US as a tourist. I was into vegan diets, and there was a conference in Florida, like a worldwide conference for, you know, vegan fans. And so I flew over there, spent a week in Florida, and then one of my former clients, you know, real estate clients in Moscow, he was some kind of a big shot at Herbalife USA, and I helped him rent an office in Moscow. And this guy was very nice, and he says, hey, if you want, just, you ever been to US? I said, no. But I said, actually, I'm going now to this conference, and it would be cool, I could take a train and go from Florida all the way to California. And he says, yeah. But I remember he didn't expect me. I came and I stayed there like over a week, and he couldn't wait to kick me out. But I rented a car. I went to a car rental place over there, and they rented me a car somehow. And because I don't think I had an international license, but somehow they gave me the car, and it was like this. It was even smaller. It was like a two-door, some kind of a Chevy, I think, or Ford, like a Fiat, you know, like a very small car. But it was very fun to drive because it was easy to park everywhere. But I remember when it was windy, right? And California often has some winds. In windy conditions, that car was, you know, not safe. So this one reminds me a little bit of that. Start shooting, okay? Too much power.
Is that 5.56? Or shotgun?
Sorry?
Oh, you got shotgun?
12 gauge.
Oh. I got these. Express. Oh, wow. It's on the cartridge.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's 590M.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. They can go up to 20, but then they become like this. So I have 10 and I have 15.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, it's already, you see, it's already a bit cumbersome, right?
Right.
But still works very well, except doesn't work with cartridges. Once I bought something that were like a little longer, and they would not feed.
Oh.
So you need to get these 2 3/4, but I got them online, like it was 175 rounds for $220.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Have you tried these guys?
I might have, but this is probably expensive, right?
Yeah, I think they're like maybe like $2 each.
But you see, like, look at the size of the cartridge. Show me the cartridge.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you. Okay, you see, this will work with this, but some of them are, even though it says 2 3/4, they're bigger.
Oh,
You know, and what I got, I have a bunch of these at home, but different brand, and they don't work in magazines. I have to do like single shot.
Oh.
But
right.
these work. These blue ones, you see, like lots of space here.
Yeah.
Works very well.
We were shooting these this morning and we saw
Yeah, you
the
see, I
front-
got this, so I put the red dot on it. So
Oh, yeah.
I added this. So this was like $700,
Oh yeah.
590 M, but it does have a tube.
Oh,
So-
oh yeah, because of the cartridge.
Yeah, they modified it so you can only use this, or you can put one round in here manually. But it's, you know, I think it's fun.
This is a good brand, Mossberg. Because mine's a Turkish. It's just a knockoff.
No, this is Mossberg, yeah, 590
Yeah,
M.
yeah. This is the real thing.
Oh, and then I changed the stock.
Oh, nice.
Like here, you can undo this
yeah,
bolt,
yeah. Oh yeah.
and I put this mag pull. It was like $150. So this is really, and then you can add all these.
That's a really nice shotgun.
Yeah,
I love it.
thank you, sir. Okay, I'll keep shooting, okay? What?